Yes, we can hear you. I'm also, that looks like a champion is what it looks like to me. It sounds like a champion. This man is a bad man who I am told is also a nice man. I don't, Joe Tessitore says of the welterweight champion, quote, I think he's unique compared to any pro athlete I'm around. There are those who are natural born badasses. There are guys who are just nasty people who are in the hurt business. Terence, to me, has the ability to be humane, wonderful, civil, doting father, loving family man, and a loyal friend. He was not humane, wonderful, civil, doting father to Errol Spence. He was not loving family man to Errol Spence. He was not loyal friend to Errol Spence. Congratulations, champ, that you were an uncommon badass on Saturday night. And the part about it that was amazing to me is that business you're in isn't as easy as you make it look. It can't be that easy.
Oh, it's definitely not that easy. You know what I mean? I always tell people the winning happens in training. Um, One might say, "Oh, that fight was easy," but when you look at the amount of training that goes into a fight, then you see how hard that fight really was.
Terence, are you driving?
Yeah, what's more difficult, boxing or zooming while you're driving?
Boxing is definitely more difficult. You know, I think driving is easy.
No, but Terence, you're breaking the law right now. We're pretty clear on the fact that I don't think you're allowed to do what you're doing right now. You're driving in a vehicle that can kill people while
I'm done.
He's done. He
I'm
got
done.
He got there. He got to the destination. Y'all
Buckle your
relax.
seatbelt as well.
Relax, everybody. Relax.
I didn't mean to lecture you about it. We were just scared for you. We don't want anything to happen to you. You're undefeated. You're 31-0. You got to take care of yourself.
That's a fact. I appreciate it. You know, I just, I mean, I was almost to my destination, so I appreciate it.
Well, you during the fight, I've only seen Floyd Mayweather do this because you say it's not easy, but Floyd Mayweather, while he was fighting someone, was talking to the ringside commentators who were talking about the Super Bowl, and he was giving his Super Bowl analysis while fighting. You haven't even finished the Spence fight, and you're already yelling at Jermell Charlo, hey, you're next. Like, he's still wobbly in the corner, and you already know you're done with the fight. What was going on there?
Nothing. I was just in the moment. You know, I was in a moment, and it was one thing that I said before the fight happened. I said, each and every one of you guys is going to witness greatness. And when I kept saying that, a lot of people laughed. A lot of people thought that I was just talking out my ass, and I felt Saturday night everybody witnessed greatness just like I said they would.
But when you come out for a fight, you're locked in. At what point do you start to notice who's in the crowd? Is it after the fight is done? Is it in the middle of the fight? Is it before you come out? When do you notice, Charlo's here, Fat Joe's there, Stephen A. Smith is there? When do you start noticing the faces in the crowd?
Well, if they not right there in front of me, then I really don't notice them. You know, when I was coming up the ring and I got in the ring, me and Charlo locked eyes, and I seen Lil Wayne in my corner, so I already knew he was right there. So I seen Floyd on the other side, so me and Floyd locked eyes. So, those are just a few guys that, from the jump that I locked eyes with. It was like, oh, okay.
Bud, are you as good as Floyd Mayweather?
Huh? I can't you ask me that question? Come on now.
Why can't I ask you that question?
I'm as good as anybody that ever laced up a pair of boxing gloves. That's why.
I mean no insult to you. Floyd Mayweather's the best I've ever seen pound for pound. Did it in the fight business in a way that was amazing. A little more boring than you. Figured out the fight business in no one can hit me. I'm better at defense than you are. So to call you as good as him is the highest compliment I could give, is it not?
No, there's a lot of fighters that's great. Floyd is great, but you got a lot of fighters that came before Floyd that was great also, you know. So I never want to disrespect those fighters that came before me that paved the way for Terence Crawford. So I always pay homage to all the greats that came before me. But you know, myself, I'm great as well. So you got to put me in those categories, and you got to put me with those names as well.
But I know you said earlier that, you know, boxing isn't easy. Like, there's a lot of training, a lot of preparation that goes in before every fight. But are you ever surprised by how easy the fight goes? So, for instance, for Spence, because the Vegas money and everyone was kind of 50-50 split, or we all thought it was going to be a great fight. But I think a lot of people walked away like, oh, he beat his ass. Like, he did it, and he didn't look like he broke a sweat. So are you ever surprised that, oh, that went easier than I thought?
No, like I said, I never thought the fight was gonna be easy. That's why I trained so hard. Still don't believe the fight was easy. It may look like that because of my skills and my talent, but at the same time, it's never easy in there. You know, that's all skill. That's all, you know, things that we practice in training camp. So it all just came out on that one night.
And I know it's not easy. I'm just saying, like, did you expect it to be harder than what it was?
When you say harder, like what do you mean harder?
Did you expect it to be a decision, like before you started the fight?
The thing that you're saying to us and that I understand is because you have to spend the entire fight knowing that one punch makes you finished with all your training, none of that can be easy, that kind of focus. So you can't be quite so confident that you disrespect your sport is what you're saying.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, for sure.
Can you explain to us how it is that you became this kind of boxer? What is the imprinting in your childhood, in your upbringing, that made you someone who wants to be great at this?
Oh man, I want to be great in everything I do, not just boxing. You know, if anybody know Terence Crawford, they'll tell you how competitive I am in anything. It doesn't matter what it is. It don't matter what we're doing. I want to win. So I'm not going to do something that I don't want to be the very best at. So if we playing rocks or cards or whatever, I want to win, and I want to let you know that I'm the best. You know, so that's just my demeanor.
How do you play rocks?
How do you play rocks?
I don't know. I just threw that out there.
Has your life changed very much in the last couple of days? What has your life been like the last couple of days?
Oh, my life is the same. It wouldn't matter, you know, if I beat Muhammad Ali or anybody. You know, God rest his soul. You know, my life would still be the same. Yeah, I got a lot of more new followers. Yeah, more people believe in me. A lot of people want interviews, but it's always like that after one of my big fights, and I just take it how it is. You know, I take it day by day. I spend a lot of time with my family, my kids, my children, you know, and I just keep doing the same things that got me here. And that's what keep me level-headed.
But who's someone that you're surprised as a fan of you, who's come out like, you know, either another athlete?
Eminem.
Oh, for real?
That surprised the shit out of me. Like that was so fucking dope. I was just like, wow. He was like, man, I've been a big fan of you for a long time now. And I never knew Eminem used to train boxing, you know, in Detroit with Emmanuel Stewart. You know, I never knew that. And I'm like, dang, this dude really know boxing. Like, you know, that surprised me. And I was just like, dang, I was kind of blown away.
He had never walked anybody out before, I don't think. Can you tell us the start of that and what it is? Take us through. If you're sitting there sort of awed, because it's the first smile you've cracked, you're the champion, and you're like, oh, meeting Eminem was really cool. How did it come to be that he was walking you out?
Yeah, man, I was just thinking about, you know what I mean, what songs that I come out to, you know, and I always tell everybody, you know, in my camp, I want to feel the song. I want the song to have meaning to that particular fight. So when that came about, I was confused on what song that I wanted to come out to.
Can you tell me? can you forgive me for a second here, Bud? Because when I asked you the question, I don't know how you became a boxer. When I was talking, I know you want to be great at everything, but I was asking you, this is a very specific business. Choosing it can be somewhat crazy, fighting other men for money. Oftentimes, you have to not have other options. It's not just because you love boxing. The options can be limited for men to choose to fight other men for money. How did you become a boxer? What is the story of your journey?
Well, like you said, my options was very limited. That was definitely one of them, And I started boxing at a young age. I started at 7 years old, so I've been doing this boxing stuff for a long time. I took some time off uh, from boxing and started playing other sports and whatnot. But I had came back in 2002. But boxing was something that I started because I was bad. I was always fighting. I was always getting in trouble, and the owner of the CW Youth Resource Center, he lived right behind me. I didn't know that my dad and my uncles used to box for this man, and he stopped me one day and he approached me and asked me if I was interested in boxing. He came to my house, talked to my mom, and my mom all greeting him and whatnot. And at that time, I started, I started, I started boxing. But I always say boxing chose me. I never chose boxing. I just love to fight. So you know, I, boxing chose me. I just love to compete.
Explain the first part to me, though. Love to fight when you were bad. Why were you bad, and what did those fights look like? Like, how did you become someone who was bad before you even got reined into boxing?
Cause I was in the hood. You know, I was in the hood. When you look at the the playing field, you in the ghetto. I ain't got nothing to do but fight each other and be friends. I didn't fought my friends probably 2 times a week. We'll fight.
Damn.
And then we'll be back friends. Let's go play basketball. Let's go play football. Let's go around the corner and walk to the store and get some candy or something like that. But yeah, we always was fighting. So that was something that uh, I was used to doing.
Yo, can y'all imagine being Bud Crawford's friend and then getting your
Well, I
ass
wanna-
beat
I wanna
twice
know-
a week?
Is this real
Twice
fighting
a
or
week.
just
No,
slap boxing?
I want to know. No, I think it's real fighting. And furthermore, I want to know who from the neighborhood says, I used to kick Bud's ass all the time.
Nobody.
So really,
Nobody.
so you were winning all the fights from a young age because you were very good at fighting, is what you're saying. You were running around bullying people.
Look at his face. He's like,
I
"Hell yeah."
definitely wasn't bullying people. I had a couple of people that was trying to bully me. They was older and bigger than me. I used to get my sisters and my cousin on them type of guys, and yeah, man, I used to get messed with too. People used to, hey, little, what I mean? They used to pick on me too all the time, and those guys that, what I mean, I couldn't beat up or couldn't win. Me and my sisters jumped them, so we go win. We gonna win. So that's just how it went. Ain't
And
no one-on-one.
and you, when you say you were bad, were you getting into a lot of trouble, or you just liked and knew you were good at fighting, and therefore you were bad? You were just a badass from a very early age.
Both. But I was both. But I was good at not getting caught. So I was bad, and everybody knew I was bad. And you know, uh, yeah. But as far as getting in trouble, I was getting in a little trouble, but I was real good at not getting in trouble, staying away from getting in trouble.
Why wouldn't you, having arrived at your dreams or something that I would imagine looked like your dreams, why wouldn't you get fat with fame and money because you've already arrived at greatness?
Because I know how easy God can take it away. You know, this sport is for a short time, not a long time. And if you get too high on your high horse and lose focus, it all can be gone the next day. You know, and then what you're gonna do when your career is over with, and they not chanting your name, and everybody everybody gone and nobody is there to chant you on. So then where you gonna be at? Then how you gonna be? How you think people gonna treat you if you don't treat them like humans? If you walk around like you just the baddest person on the earth and you don't bleed like them, then how people gonna view you? So I just always, took that in consideration and took that to heart.
Bud, the connection is a little faulty. I assume Billy Gill is screwing with the wiring back there. We didn't hear you great there, but we do appreciate your time. And congratulations on your success. It's a pleasure watching you work.
We didn't even ask him about Aaron Rodgers leaving the Packers.
Yeah, you all right with that?
Are you mad at are you mad at Aaron Rodgers or are you mad at the Packers?
I'm mad at both, to be honest. Aaron Rodgers, I mean, he stayed there for a long time and tried to make things work, and he needed help, and Green Bay wasn't giving him the help that he wanted. So he decided to leave. Yeah, I'm disappointed that he left. I wish he would have stayed to be able to retire with us, but it's a business and it is what it is. He got to do what's best for him.
Bud, you seem totally indifferent about it. I was told you're a big Packers fan and you're like, yeah, whatever. It's business. It's sports. I've got perspective. I don't care all that much.
Just beat Errol
Yeah,
Spence.
because I know how it is. You got these teams that's billionaires, and they can't get you the tools you need to win the championship. So, they just use you up until they can't use you no more, and then they throw you to the curb. So he got to do what he got to do for him and his family as well.
Do you have any opinions before we get you out of here on the way that boxing has gone, where there are very rarely fights like the one that you had that everyone is watching? It's gone to Tyson Fury's going to fight Ngannou. We got Jake Paul this weekend is going on ESPN Plus because he's fighting Nate Diaz. It's the freak show. It's the circus. Instead of boxing, it's brands. How do you feel about the way the sport is going, given how much you love the sport?
Well, everything is evolving. Times is changing. And people got to change with time. Jake Paul is a real boxer now. I don't view him as nothing other than a real boxer. He trained his ass off. He fight his ass off. He got some skills, and we can't look at him as just a YouTuber no more, because he showed that with the fights that he's won, and he's looked spectacular in there. And his last fight, yeah, he didn't win, but at the same time, Jake has been training for a long time now, and he can be some fighters, So we can't say that he's not a fighter no more. And I think it's good for boxing because it shed more light on the sport of boxing, where the light has been altered to other sports in a few last decades.
You like that he's pioneering.
You're not like him. He respects him.
Well, he respects him, and you realize you're giving him more praise as a fighter than he has ever received from anybody with your credentials.
No, I just at first I didn't like it, but I got to look at the big picture. At first I was just like, it's disrespectful for a fighter to be training and fighting his whole life to get to where he at right now, and then to watch somebody that never had a fight before ever in his life come to my sport that I love and cherish and adore and make millions of dollars, and I'm sitting over here, I can't make 20,000. So, yeah, I felt it was disrespectful in that sense, but Jake Paul putting the asses in the seats, and they following him, so he deserved to make what he made.
What's next for you that you're most excited about? Like, when you think of conquering, what do the next few years of your career look like?
I don't know. I'm taking it day by day. That's something that I've been contemplating on. Just thinking.
Constipating.
Constipating.
I love that. No, I love that. Yes.
I said constipating.
yes. He
doesn't give a shit.
You've been having trouble.
You
Yeah, you give no shits about what your next 2 years look
Right.
like.
Practically. Yeah.
You don't seem like
That was
you're.
a Chris Cody of the day moment.
There
right
were a whole lot of people who were watching on Saturday night because you brought, and not a lot of people are doing this anymore, you brought eyes to a welterweight fight. It felt like a giant fight, and it feels like you're a bit tired and just sort of shrugging your shoulders. Yeah, this is what my life is. This is what I deserve. I've been working for this all my life.
Yeah, I've been deserved this. I just wasn't given an opportunity to be where I am right now. And yeah, I'm disappointed at times, but at the same time, I always say God don't make no mistakes, and everything happened for a reason. And my moment is right now, and I'm enjoying it. I'm cherishing it, and I'm living in that moment right now. That's all that matters, is that we got here.
I'm curious what you think of sports coverage in general, as Stephen A. Smith was saying, and this is controversial. It's also the extremity of the hot take that Spence should consider retirement because of what you did to him. Because he lost to an all-time great and he lost his first fight, he should retire.
No, he's not saying it because of how he lost to me. He's saying it because of all the things that Spence been through. The car accident, the red and tear, and on top of that, our fight. That's why he was saying Spence should consider retirement, because his body has been through a lot. And the punishment that he took, on fight night, not knowing, how much damage he took, in that one particular fight. That's why he said he should think about retirement, because, boxing is a brutal sport, and you can leave damage in the sport of boxing that you can't, overcome.
You felt like you damaged Spence, correct?
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say I felt like I damaged Spence, but I know for a fact that he didn't leave the ring like he came in the ring, and that's part of the sport.
Damn.
Yeah. Can you explain to me what you regard as the greatest challenge of your career?
The greatest challenge of my career was getting the biggest fights that was possible. That was the biggest challenge.
There's a lot of insects in that car.
Did you get
man.
that fly?
What are the,
Yeah.
They've been
you-
flying-
you,
they're-
didn't. You didn't get that fly.
they're
Maybe
more
leave
and
the
more
window
of
down a
them.
little bit, then they'll just fly out.
Yeah, I'm like, man, this mug keep messing with me.
I imagine he's got his hands so quick he could just catch a fly, though.
Yeah.
Evidently
Yeah.
not.
Ah, let him fly. I'm gonna catch him for you, just because you said that.
That was Billy
Now-
Gill behind
now
me, by the way. I just want that stated.
Now you got me looking for the fly.
Now you made him a killer. I didn't mean challenge generally. I meant the fighter who has most challenged you.
The fighter that most challenged me probably was Gamboa. He was an Olympic gold medalist, multi-weight world champion, and he was just tremendous, talented, fast, explosive, smart, and at that point in time in my career, it was a difficult fight.
Do you regard as anyone as easier than you thought they would be? Even though you've said already, none of this,
Stealing my question.
none of this is.
None of it is easy.
No, I know none of them is easy, but
They all hard.
someone who surprised
They
you,
are hard.
someone who surprised you.
They all hard.
You got all right. Get out of here. Thank
they
you.
are.
All right, I got it. Thank you, because you made it look easy. Sorry to badger you about that. Thank you, and congratulations. It was nice seeing you.
I appreciate it.
Congrats,
Thanks.
champ.
Billy
Yeah.
is so scared right
Dude,
now.
I was
toughest
scared for
Billy's
Billy,
ever
man.
been.
So scared.
I was scared for Billy, man.
Billy said it and then just ducked.